Hello and welcome to my visual argument analysis for Black Mirror. The scene I will be analyzing is from the season 3, episode 4, episode San Junipero. Um, and I will be showing how the visual elements, specifically the colors and the shot selection, sort of enhance the emotions that are already in the scene. And we'll start right here. Okay, this establishing shot of Tucker's has been used before. Tucker's is a prominent location in the episode. What's different about this specific establishing shot compared to previous ones is this big poster for the Bourne Identity. This lets the audience know that the scene is set in 2002, which is when this movie would be getting marketed. Um, Moving along. Okay, this right here, this reaffirms that it is indeed 2002. And here's Yorkie. The audience knows Yorkie. She has been the protagonist thus far, and looks like that's still the case. She's right in the middle of the frame. She is really the only person that's in focus, and it looks like she is making for Tucker's. All right, Yorkie has entered Tucker's. She appears to be looking for someone. Now, this isn't a visual element, but I think I should point this out that the song, or so the music in the episode fades out as the nightclub song kind of takes over, and the song playing is Can't Get You Out of My Head by Kylie Minogue, which is pretty on the nose for the scene. Yorkie is clearly looking for someone pretty intently, and let's see if she finds them. Okay, actually just gonna jump back just 1 second here, because I want to see that scene we just saw. I'll run it back. I'll run it back again. You can see that there's Kelly at the arcade, and the focus is on her initially as she's playing the arcade game. But as Yorkie in the background walks into the center of the frame, the focus leaves Kelly and goes back to Yorkie, sort of reaffirming that she is indeed still the subject, still the central focus. So yeah, they did that. It's very slick. And there you can see Yorkie recognizes Kelly. She's watching. Okay, right here. This is the first time that Kelly's really in focus, isn't really entirely the subject. She recognizes Yorkie. She doesn't look entirely thrilled to see her. She certainly looks surprised. Okay, there's a bit to unpack here. Dance floor, kind of dimly lit, but there's still a lot of colors going on. Colors in the background, colors of the clothing of the people around them. There's uh, a lot to kind of take the focus away, even though the focus is still on Kelly and Yorkie. And also the music has gotten louder as they've made their way to the dance floor.
Why are you here? I was looking for you.
Okay, this starts their argument. And what's interesting here is that the camera, it always focuses on just one, typically the one who's speaking. So even though they're in direct conversation, they never really share the frame. And if they do, it's a shot like this where it's over the shoulder of one and the focus is clearly on the other. And this shows that while they're in direct conversation, they are at odds with each other.
Where did you go? Not like a change of music. How the hell is this your era?
Okay, this jump, it's so subtle you would hardly even notice it, but where the previous shots back and forth were medium shots, this has become a lot closer up here. And what this does is it shows that the emotions are heightened. It's kind of more intimate. And it also, so for this shot specifically, it cuts Yorkie more out of the frame. It's still over her shoulder, but it cuts her more out of the frame, that Kelly is the focus, and she is further alienated from Yorkie, and the two are really arguing from different sides here. And there's going to be a lot of quick cuts back and forth as this argument proceeds.
You hid from me. One, I did not. Two, I owe you zero. And three, see point two.
Okay. Well, we've now relocated to the ladies' room after Kelly excused herself abruptly there. Now this allows more of the focus to be on the two characters here. The setting is a lot more intimate. There's a lot less distractions. The music is muffled, or you can barely hear it. There's no other people. There's no other weird colors going on. It's all very kind of more solemn and serious.
It's not about who owes who. It's about manners.
Okay, and right
I
here
don't know who I am.
you can see that Kelly's looking at herself in the mirror. We'll get to
You don't know what this means.
right there is the perfect. So Kelly's looking at herself in the mirror, and now mirrors in film typically represent duality, or there's sort of some internal struggle going on. And now it seems that for this shot right here, Kelly internally, if we look at herself in the mirror, it's kind of the same as on the surface. She is angry at Yorkie, it looks like, and ready to fight back.
This means fun. Or it should.
Once again, slow transition from medium shots to close-up shots as the emotions and tensions are rising and things have gotten more intimate.
This is not fun, okay? This is not fun. So you don't feel bad. Maybe you should feel bad. Or at least feel something.
Okay, Yorkie has excused herself, and I'm sure you noticed that as that went on, the shots with every cut got closer and closer and closer to the subjects. Now here Kelly looks a little upset with how things ended. She looks a little sad. Back to the mirror, it looks like there is actually more going on internally than the previous shot would let on. She is in some turmoil. She appears to be unsure of what to do. Now, her reflection, her internal thoughts seem to sort of mirror what Yorkie was telling her. And she is clearly at odds with that viewpoint, as you can see here. She did not like what she saw. And so she attacked herself, tried to distort her view of her sort of inner dialogue, inner self. And now she looks at her uninjured hand, looks back to the mirror. It is no longer shattered. She is seeing herself clearly, and maybe having sort of a revelation that perhaps Yorkie was correct and she was in the wrong, which will inspire her to exit the ladies' room here. So that is where I conclude my analysis. Thank you for watching, and I hope you can see the way that shot selection, as well as the colors and outside of the visuals, the music really kind of highlight the emotions in the scene and make it more powerful in very subtle ways that the viewer likely will not even notice upon first viewing. Thank you.